just do like a countdown and go.
Hey guys, what's going on?
I don't really care.
I have decided to restream this tournament race since the official
Whatever you want is
isn't
fine.
going to. Gonna go ahead and turn off his sound while he's talking. Haxor here is going to be going up against ibuba, and they're going to be going up against each other pretty soon. I'm not in the SRL version of the room, but I can see both of their streams, which is pretty cool. So we're just using an easy little multi-twitch window here and taking it easy. See what happens. Hey, what's going on, our fish? It's good to see you. I don't even know if we have like alerts and stuff set up. Oh dear. I hope that didn't screw anything up. I gotta change the YouTube title. So how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing pretty good. Almost set here. That should work. And we're good. Now we can get this on the road. I don't know if I should turn on any sounds since they're talking. Let's see what Haxor's talking about.
Damn. It's okay. This should be a good race, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The way I've been playing really well. So
They're just talking about it.
I think it'll be fine.
It's fine.
I haven't practiced, but
Let's move this over.
was I think on
There we
Wednesday or
go.
something. I
Now you guys can see
did
more
like
of me.
a couple attempts.
Yeah.
A mid 53 without fire killing Bowser because I lose fire.
After this, we might do some 3-mix stuff, but I figured, you know, this isn't getting recorded anywhere else, so I'll record it here. I like doing commentary, it's fun. Races are cool. Hey Scott Lennox, what's going on? This is like the most low tech setup for a race ever. But that's okay. We're just stealing their content, basically, you know. More of, if they're not going to do it themselves, then somebody should have a recording of it, you know, side by side. The timers are probably going to be a little off, just like when we do streams for like me and Arabam and Gadian racing. I don't have the way to sync those up. Whenever I pause Twitch and I restart it, it goes to live no matter what. And I don't know how other people sync up streams like that, where they can actually pause it and make it keep going from the past. I feel like I'm backwards, so I'm gonna flip me. Let's see. Boom. Now I'm looking at the screen. Oh, you have stream muted?
So he'll have to type to me. Hopefully he recognizes he has to type to me. I did say I have a stream.
Yep. Alright. That's good. Neat. Alright guys, they're probably going to start pretty soon here then. So get ready. Oh, thanks, Thunder Knight. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate that. Hope you have a good trip, wherever you're going. The road's a dangerous place. Alright, guys, let's get the show on the road. And they're off. Haxor's timer is a little bit ahead, so if you see him finish at the end a little bit early, you know it's because the timers are not completely synced. They're both getting those mushrooms, but Bubba actually had the better P-speed pickup by a little bit. Haxor didn't even get P-speed. He's going to have to take a very unconventional level 1 route, but it's only level 1, and races tend to have lots of mistakes like this, so it's probably going to be okay. Yeah, good luck to both racers. I hope they both do well. While I'm at it, everybody who's in here, go ahead and follow Haxor and ibuba7. They're both really great SMB3 players, and if you go into Haxor's stream, you can get some pretty great workout advice. Haxor has been doing a lot of practice in this level too. He's getting an almost perfect P-speed there, actually catching up a little bit to ibuba, who did not get quite as good of a run. But here is the castle, and this is a real gatekeeper in Mario 3. He's just going to do a turn back there. He's not going to contest the waffle. Contesting the waffle in a race is a bad choice, and Haxor's not even going to bother to get P-speed early because it's so dangerous in this level. He didn't get the P-speed grab of the leaf, so he's going to have to do another fly-up, giving ibuba another solid increase in his lead. So he's going really efficient here. ibuba having a great World 1, whereas Haxor is having a little bit of trouble. But we see ibuba get hit doing the MFP tunnel, so he's going to have to get a pickup for Mushroom and Fire Flower if he wants a fire kill on the boss. But he doesn't necessarily need it. It's just fire kills are a lot faster, generally speaking, than the triple stomp method. Haxor not going to go for a tunnel. He is not comfortable with it. Let's see if Bubba gets the P-speed up here. This one can... Oh, yeah, he missed it. A lot of people get frame rolled there and lose P-speed trying to get over that gap there. Using the moving platform is very slow, so we try to get P-speed and get a nice jump. Let's see if Haxor can get it and save a little bit of time on ibuba. And oh, he didn't get it either. It's very common to lose it there. So neither one of these people really out of the common place for missing it, but it is an annoying time loss. A lot of people will just reset there. They'll just decide they don't want it if they don't get the P-speed. ibuba got his flower back in the Hammer Bro fight, which only appears some of the time. I actually can't remember now what the condition is for getting the flower in that stage. He's going along on this first auto-scroller. This auto-scroller is pretty short compared to most. It's actually shorter than most 3-mix levels natively, but it's still a very... It's an interesting change of pace when you hit a auto-scroller in a race, because you've got all of this like adrenaline and you're seeing things slower because of how exciting it is and how like focused you are. And then you get an auto-scroller and you don't need that focus anymore. So it really throws you off. Perfect fire kill from ibuba. That was a great fire kill. And he picks up the wand and finishes World 1 at 338, which is very good. Haxor just behind at 349, getting the same fire kill basically. Great jobs from both of these runners, both picking up most of the good strats. Haxor, he's missed some good P-speeds, but overall he's not too far behind yet. A lot more differentiation in the run is going to occur in World 2. And even more in World 3. That's when it really starts to get crazy. ibuba getting the early P-speed strat for 2-1. That's doing very efficient movement. See if Haxor gets it too. It's a scary pickup, actually, because you have to basically run face first into that very first wall. And most people, they want to avoid walls, because the brushing loses a lot of momentum. Look at this overworld movement from Bubba, too. That was crazy. He had, like, frame-perfect movement on all 4 movements there. It's something that a lot of people don't really think about, but this game has a lot of overworld movement to it. Between every level, each level is only about 30 seconds, and between those levels you have to move across the overworld. And your efficiency at doing that is going to dictate a lot of your overall speed throughout the game. Haxor fell into the water, so he lost a little bit of time in 2-2, which is going to probably put him on a little bit of tilt there. That would tilt me. He's entering the fort around the time Bubba is about halfway through the fort, so he's about half a level behind. But he got the very early P-speed, which I don't see a lot of people get that P-speed. It's a very difficult one to pick up. I've seen people practice it for very long periods of time, and they don't get it that often. It's just, it's not an easy one. Fire kill from Bubba on the boss, and he's going to keep moving. He's got a very efficient first half of World 2 so far. He has a chance of that Hammer Bro forcing a fight, though, which is probably not what he wants. I mean, the music box isn't the worst pickup to have, but I wouldn't prefer to have it. Haxor, on the other hand, moving into 3. No Hammer Bros in sight yet. Sorry, my throat's getting a little scratchy doing this. Very good movement from Haxor in this level. Though Bubba has had great movement in every level so far. See? Scratchy. Into the sun level. A lot of people hate this level, but it's very... Once you do the speed run and you get to know the patterns, this is a very, like, easy, kind of casual level. You just gotta be up when the sun is down. Mario sticks to the middle of the screen, so the sun is really only dangerous in one position during the level. Still not even a full level behind, though. Haxor is making his way... Oh, and he gets hit by the odd duck in the level. The odd duck. It looks like Bubba is going to go for 2-5. Now, you have a choice of 2-5 or 2-4 when you do this. Haxor doing 2-4, and most people just pick whichever one is going to result in them fighting less Hammer Bros. The 2 levels are close to the same amount of time, although I believe 4 is slightly faster. Bubba picking up that hammer. The hammer is going to be very important in World 4. He's going to use it to skip a level. Haxor, on the other hand, is going to have to chase his Hammer Bro because it has gone beyond the pyramid level. They're entering the pyramid level at the same time, but Bubba has his hammer already, and Haxor has to chase his down. If the Hammer Bros switch places, Haxor could be in a very large amount of trouble because he will have to go kill the music box and get the hammer. So he's really hoping that he does not have to do that. I'm expecting. Just expecting. It's not guaranteed. Moving into the castle already, Bubba. He's going to get that king that's been turned into a spider. And he's going to get the magic wand to change him back. Haxor picking up his music box and moving to the hammer. At least the hammer moved to him. That's a small time save. He could have been worse. That could have been worse. But he is significantly behind now as the auto-scroll that Bubba is in is almost halfway through. It's a long... This one's a lot longer of an auto-scroll than the first one. The game gave you a really easy first auto-scroller to get you used to the mechanic, and now that it's got you used to it, it throws almost twice as hard a one at you immediately. Both of these guys have seen it a bunch of times. It's probably a very relaxing segment for them. If you've been kind of clenching on a bunch of things that you've been working on for the last 4 or 5 minutes, that's about what World 2 is, then a auto-scroller where you know you basically have nothing bad that can happen is probably pretty relaxing. Bubba's going to go for fire kill on this boss too. He had a little bit of a hiccup. He didn't get the perfect fire kill, but he's still doing great. Getting a fire kill on boss number 2 at all is pretty good. Especially in races, you know, it's most people are pretty used to doing stuff like that, but it doesn't mean that it's all going to thread together perfectly when you get into a race situation. Haxor is not even going to go for the fire. He's just going to do the stomps. He probably got a bad pattern. The pattern is usually dictated by where you fight the hammer bro, the last hammer bro, or something like that. And he just didn't get the one that he was comfortable with, so he just went ahead and stomped the guy to death. Which doesn't take that much longer. It's not that bad. And the king is no longer a spider in either game. So we are 2 for 2 on rescuing the king in World 2. Very nice. No problems for ibuba in level 1 of World 3. It's a pretty standard level. It's just a little bit of swimming. There hasn't been a lot of swimming yet, but no P speed for Bubba. He is going to do 3-2 without it. It's actually kind of hard if you're very used to having P speed in a situation like that, though I don't know anybody who gets P speed every time in 3-2. 3-2 is pretty difficult to get P speed in. Haxor's still not quite one level behind. He is keeping it as close as he can for the mistakes that he's made. Bubba making very few mistakes, just not getting P speed sometimes. That's his biggest mistake so far. He's just killing it with these P speed strats. And when he doesn't get the P speed strats, he seems to be doing pretty good. Haxor took a hit there, but it wasn't too bad. The fish in that level are not fair. There's no other way to put it, really. They're not fair. Sometimes they just hit you. And it's not your fault, although that was kind of his fault. But they're very difficult to predict sometimes. Let's see if he goes for a third door here. Bubba. He could, no third door. He's not a man. No manly third door check. He just wants to keep going. Very fast fire kill. That's a easy fort takedown for ibuba. Haxor entering the same fort. I think he is a full level down now, which it's recoverable. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can happen still, but he's really got to find a place to kick it in gear. And ibuba is just not giving him a lot of opportunities. He needs to, or ibuba is going to have to make a mistake for Haxor to catch up here. If he doesn't, then he's just going to keep running away. Although this hammer bro placement is very strange. He's going to have to do a very big backtrack to go get the other hammer that he left behind. I think some people do that because they're afraid of the runaway bro. They want to make sure they get that bro first and not allow for it to go back if you, say, went for the hammer and then the star just goes right and gets away from you. But I don't think it was too terribly likely in the scenario he was in. We use clouds here to go over that bridge because it skips like 3 levels, and there's a lot that can go wrong there. Like if Hammer Bro gets away, then the bridge would be up, and you could no longer cloud to go over the bridge. Oh, Bubba got eaten by Boss Bass. So this could be the mistake that helps Haxor. He clouded level 6. Because he clouded level 6 and died, he now has a very real chance of getting ahead. He has to do this auto-scroller now. This is the worst case scenario for a race, generally speaking, is losing a life after a cloud. And it's in no worse position than also when the bridge is going to go up. That's terrible luck. Although, when he does finish this, the bridge will be down again. It's not like he has to do an extra level to keep it up. So he's not going to be triple screwed. He got double screwed. He's not going to get triple screwed. Haxor, though, is almost 2 levels ahead. He went from being a level down to 2 levels ahead. Well, he's 1 level ahead, but by the time the auto-scroller over there is done, he's going to be 2. This is nuts. This is just absolute madness. Whew. And they're entering the pipe that ends the level at like the same time. So yeah, it's like exactly 2 levels. This is crazy. Bubba's a strong man there, looking a lot like Haxor's been training him. Haxor is a fitness guru, if nobody knew. Haxor entering the airship with his fire flower, which is really nice to have. Windy fight without fire flowers. Most people will just reset for nowadays. In a PB attempt, not for a race, obviously, but yeah, a lot of people will just kind of give that up. It's very tough to do the windy fight without it because her little hoops. In order to make her not throw a hoop, you have to almost frame perfect stomp her between each hit, and she's still going to throw 1 hoop no matter what, I believe. Though it's not as bad as in some randomizer races where a lot of people were entering that airship as small Mario and having like 5-hit Wendy that shakes the earth. But even in the vanilla game with 3 hits, no shake, people still do not like Wendy. She is our least favorite Koopa child. Whew. What a great race. So many twists and turns have happened. I wonder what the next big turn is going to be. Bubba just entering the airship as Haxor finishes it. Haxor has finished off Wendy with the fire kill. He's got the wand and he's about to move on to World 4. This happening just as Bubba enters the fort and begins his ascent across the militarized airship of Bowser. I guess it's Wendy's airship. She works for Bowser, but it's her ship, right? I don't know how it works, but I remember watching like Star Trek, and Jean-Luc Picard was always overruling like admirals and stuff on his ship. So I assume this is Wendy's ship. That's just a feeling, though. Here goes Haxor into 4-1. We're going to see if he's going to get the good 4-1 strat. He's going to pick up the duck for safety. It's a... Oh, he got the lower clip into that block. That's just annoying. Like, there are some places where you can skip unbelievable amounts of a level with that type of clip, but when you get it and you don't want it, it's just a massive nuisance. Here goes Bubba fighting Wendy. He's got the fire, and it's an easy kill. So he did not have any problem with the Wendy. He's just trying to recover now from that cloud death mishap. Boss Bass ruining runs for people once again. Haxor's got good P-speed strats for this level, which means that Bubba's not going to make up any time in that level against him. He can make up a very small amount in 4-1 for the accidental clip. He can make up a little bit for the... There's a slightly better P-speed strat in that level, but it's going to be very tough. Now we're in the opposite situation where we are really just waiting for Haxor to make a big mistake. Something that puts Bubba back in the running, basically. Bubba is going for... Well, he didn't get P-speed, unfortunately. He went for a faster P-speed pickup, I believe, and just didn't get it. Very efficient movement through the level, but no P-speed. Haxor, on the other hand, getting an almost perfect P-speed movement through 4-3, which is a lot of people's favorite stage. It's just got really cool, like, bouncing your head off of ceilings to move better routing. It's really cool. This level is a lot of people's banes, 4-4. Haxor getting the early P-speed for it, which is really nice to have. You can do it without the P-speed, but I think that the level flows better if you get it. He even got the super swim. That's very cool. He almost got hit by that Spiny, though. Bubba running into 4-3 now. Also, let's see if he gets the same efficiency on his P speed as Haxor did. He's doing really good. That first jump is probably the hardest part of this whole level, where you hit your head and you hit those guys. That duck jump is kind of annoying too, but not a real problem. Pretty much perfect movement. He did great. Haxor doing great in this level too. That's 4-6, I believe. This is another one of those. You have two choices of level, and you pick whichever one's going to get you the least number of hammer bros. He's put his to sleep, which gives him an added bonus of security in knowing that he's not going to have to. And he even gets the early P speed in the fort. Haxor is really turning it up in this race, even though he's got a gigantic league that he's probably not aware of. He's really turned it up since he got it. Almost no bad levels in World 4. This is an excellent World 4 for Haxor. Meanwhile, I think that ibuba is doing a great job of not tilting. He's been doing really good through these levels too, and he knows he's behind, but a worse player would let that get to them, and they would start playing worse in these levels too, and he just hasn't done that. He's been doing great. Yeah, good P-speed strat through this level. Looks like he's doing the same level as Haxor. He's got a very good route through that as well. These are both very practiced players, which makes sense because they're still in the tournament. Feels like this tournament's been going on a long time. I haven't done any work with it. I didn't do warpless because of the commitment I had to other games, but I love watching warpless. I know a lot about the run. It's just a very cool thing that I was not able to do this time. And Bubba is out of the fort, so he will be joining Haxor in the airship. This is the longest airship, I think, until World 7. So even though they're in the same level right now, it's misleading. Because this airship is so long that you just you can be in the level at the same time as somebody and still be like a minute or two behind. I think it's like a 2-minute level, which is crazy. In Mario 3 Mix, the game that I've been playing a lot, you can get P-speed because this isn't an auto-scroller, but it's the same ship. So it's a lot of fun. This ship is really cool when it's not an auto-scroller. I really like it. These two, on the other hand, have to wait through the obnoxious waiting period of the slowest scroll speed possible. The level's not even that big. If you have P-speed, you can get through this in like 10 seconds. It's just a ridiculous scroll speed. And Haxor's doing a stomp method, not going to go for a fire kill. I don't know if he normally fire kills that particular boss or not. And he's got a really big time save here in World 4. Wow, he saved 22 seconds off of his PB's World 4, which is an excellent time save. He has a 45-second time save in World 8 too, so this could theoretically be PB pace for the Haxor, which is just incredible. You very rarely see personal bests in races, but if you do, it's really exciting. I like to see PBs in races because I like to think that the race pushed them to that level, even though sometimes it's not that. Let's see if Haxor goes for the early P-speed strat in this level. There's a cool P-speed strat that I haven't seen many people do. Nope, he's not going to get it. He's just going to fall here, get the P-speed there, and move on. That gives Bubba a tiny chance to save some time on him in level 5-1. Bubba here, fighting the Koopa. He is also going to forego trying to fire kill him. It must just be a difficult Koopa kid to fire kill, I guess. He's got the wand, and he saved a little bit of time on his PB as well. He's saving his time here since he knows he's behind. It's great that he did that. I'm glad he didn't get nervous and start losing face. Instead, he's really kind of put the pedal to the metal and tried to start catching up. Great job. Haxor getting through 5-2, one of the easier levels in this world. It's the only thing that can happen that can really hurt you is you can fall at the... Oh, but there's a death for Haxor. Oof. That's not what you want to see, because now he's got to recollect those power-ups. He died at the very beginning of the stage, which is the smallest time loss you can get, basically, for a death. But he will have to stop at various question mark blocks throughout the run to get his power-ups back, and that can be very weird. If you're very used to the muscle memory for certain levels, it can throw you off a lot to stop to get a power-up or two. That creates like 2 chances for more mistakes, because it's different than what you normally do. And Bubba getting through that second level just as easily as Haxor did. We expected nothing less. He's only 1 fort behind now. Well, 1.5 forts, I guess. Haxor getting the P speed in this twisty castle. This twisty castle is harder than it looks. It's a lot harder than it looks. A lot of people do not keep their P speed there like that. Haxor's just doing a great job. He has not decided where he is going to pick up that fire flower yet, though. But trust me, he wants a fire flower. I'm sure of it. And it's out of the fort for Bubba, which means that if he can get to the Twisty Castle soon... no, he's not going to make it. He's also going to have to do 2 Hammer Brothers. Ugh, that's terrible RNG. You don't want to have to do the Hammer Brothers here. They're each about 10 to 13 seconds extra time, and I don't believe that you need them. That's the real issue. You don't need those items from those. Picking them up extra is just superfluous. Haxor getting out of 5-4, which is nice. 5-4, 5-5, and the next level are all levels that are very difficult to do the best P-speed strats, in my opinion. They don't save a whole lot of time, but having them is nice, and they're the ones that a lot of people do not get. A lot of differentiation in people's World 5s usually. 5-7, that's the next one. This one, you can get a P-speed strat there too, but not a lot of people do. That's a great choice for a fire flower, because it's not a coin block. You don't have to hit it from below, so you can hit it going up and collect it in the same motion. So that's a good choice. Bubba not making many mistakes here. He's getting through his levels pretty well. His P-speed strats have been pretty good. He's 2 levels behind still, but he hasn't lost any more space to Haxor since the big time loss that he got before. In fact, I'd say he's caught up a little bit. Haxor did take that 1 death, so that's possibly part of it, but it's I think it was like 3 levels behind, and now it's like 2. Haxor's not going to be able to fire kill this boss here, losing that fire flower right before he went into the pipe, which is unfortunate for him. Bubba fighting the Hammer Bro early. This could be good for him, because once you... Well, no, Haxor's not going to have to do the Hammer Bro at all. He just went up. That's kind of uncommon. But Haxor, I believe, had an extra music box from World 2, so he doesn't need that music box like I think Bubba did. That's actually a hidden time save from earlier in the run. Haxor lost a lot of time to his Hammer Bro situation in World 2, and it's coming back to save him now because he doesn't have to do that other one. Although it's nice for Bubba that he got the Hammer Bro out of the way early, because now if the other Hammer Bro up top only does movements of 1, he can save tiny amounts of time between overworld movements. Haxor finding himself in the World 5 airship, which is another very short one. It's scrolling at moderate speed, so it's one of the quicker ones. I don't think that Bubba is even going to catch up to the airship before Haxor gets out of this one. But that's mostly because it's a shorter airship, not because he is that much further behind. He got through that level very efficiently. Haxor goes up top. Top strats are dangerous because you can't see yourself half the time, I'd say. And again, Haxor is going to enter the pipe at the same time as Bubba is climbing the rope. But again, this is a shorter one, so that means he has caught up a reasonable amount of time. Haxor collects the wand, and he is going to move on to World 6. He's been having very good World 6 recently, so hopefully he can keep up the good work. Although I'd kind of like to see a little bit of a catch-up here. You know, Bubba's got to get something to make this a closer race again. Which means either Haxor has to make a mistake, or Bubba has to do something dangerous, probably. For instance, there is a clip that you can do in World 6 Fort 3 that could save him some time. Very difficult to pull off, but there are ways to save some time in World 6 for a little bit of danger. You could do the wall jump instead of using a P-Wing. That's technically faster, but it's very risky. Let's see. He could clip out of 6.5. That's technically faster, but most people don't do it. Haxor's using safe strats here. Usually people jump up to those spikes and save a little bit of time, so he could get some time back there. People get small here on purpose for that star pickup. He actually fumbled around up there for a bit. Hopefully he makes it to the boom boom. Anyways, he did not make it to the boom boom, so he's going to have to kill it with stomps. This is a mistake from Haxor, as normally you want to run into him with the star and overkill him. But I think Haxor moved around on top of that that gap a little bit too much and didn't want to risk running into him and dying, which would have been horrible. There's no checkpoints in Mario 3. So that death would have stuck and he would have had to redo the whole fort right at the very end too, which is the worst part to die. This is going to close the gap a little bit. You see Bubba entering the fort at around the time Haxor finishes the level after it, so it's not even quite 2 levels. There it is, the big jump to the spikes, which saves a little bit of time. I knew he would go for it. I knew it. Getting us that sweet, sweet miniature time save that we wanted to see. And he's going to get the star kill unless he misses the door. He did not miss the door. This guy knows what he's doing. Haxor had to pick up the shell. He did not get the despawn on the nippers. If you don't despawn the nippers, you have to grab a shell. Otherwise, if you despawn just one of them, you can drop down and get through those bricks immediately. So there's another chance for Bubba to keep that small catch-up in many stages. He could keep that process going and eventually make it a close race again. Think about the Cinderella story that would be. That would be crazy. Let's see how Haxor does this level too. There's a few little efficiencies that you can do to get better flight here. Oh, he could have gone for the other flight and just gone under that. He could have saved a little time. He went for safety instead. We're seeing Bubba. He got the despawn, so he's saving that little bit of time I was talking about earlier. More and more, just little time saves here and there. And Bubba is inching closer to his competition, which is really cool. It's really cool that he's able to do that. He's scrolling over that first Hammer Bro. As of this year, we discovered new ways to figure out which item each Hammer Bro is holding before you actually go over it. Oh, that's a shame. He's going to have to fight it anyways. But he made a great observation that that was the Star Hammer Bro, and he scrolled over it to try and avoid a fight that he didn't need to do. but he ended up having to fight it anyways. It was totally against his control. It's not his fault. He's just getting screwed out of 13 seconds there. And let's see what type of flight he takes. Ooh, he didn't go for the lower flight either. He just went for the safe flight, which in his position, I don't really blame him. You don't want to lose any more time than you've already lost from World 3, but it would have been cool. Haxor went for the clip there, but it's very difficult, so it's not really surprising he didn't get it. I could tell he wanted it, though. You can see him trying to get as close to that corner as possible. I can't believe that we had a world record for a while that had it. I believe Karua's run actually had that clip for a while. It was really cool. Haxor going to be moving into the castle with his mushroom. You cannot lose your mushroom in this stage, or else you will not be able to clip out of 7-1. 7-1, you can skip the entire stage by clipping the door at the beginning, which goes a long way towards cutting down the time of this run overall. Still only sitting 14 seconds behind his PB, Haxor is having a great run for himself. Meanwhile, you've got Bubba. He's a minute and 40 seconds behind, which is a little bit unfortunate. He's got the better PB, though, so his PB is roughly a minute and 10 seconds faster than Haxor's. So him being a minute and 40 seconds down is equivalent to Haxor being like 30 seconds down. Which... something weird about those flamethrowers is that if you edit the game almost anywhere at all, the middle flamethrower there does not work anymore. Even if you've done nothing to this level. I don't get it. It's pretty weird. This is one of my favorite king transformations. He turns into a seal. Doesn't he look like he's having kind of a good time with that crown? He's just bouncing it off his nose. Looks like he's having a good time. All the other ones look distressed. I'd be distressed, but I guess being a seal is kind of nice. Haxor gets the stomp kill. That's one of the easiest stomp kills to get in the game. You see he's lost some time, mostly from those tiny mistakes that we've pointed out throughout the world. Nothing surprising there. He's still on pace. A lot of this for Haxor comes down to World 7 and 8, because he has an incredibly good World 7 in his PB, and a World 8 with very large mistakes. And he does hammer strats, which not many people do anymore. And the hammer strats create a very tense moment between the moment you get it and the end of the run. Haxor going for clip attempts. Haxor only doing duck jump attempts. I know that I alternate between the face first and the duck jump approach. You know, give it all the different types of tries you can. Oof, this is a lot of tries. This isn't what you want to see. It's very difficult to change your subpixel at this rate. Bubba got the wand. I mean, if he gets a first try clip, he's going to catch up a lot here. Oof. Come on, Haxor. Come on. You can do it. Come on, Haxor. Get through the wall. No, Haxor. This is everyone's worst nightmare. Everyone just has nightmares that they get to this part of their race and they just can't get through the wall. It's definitely not a good feeling. Bubba is in the stage that Haxor just completed. He's going for face jumps, which is supposedly easier after the first attempt. I've heard that it's easier to get a duck jump on the first try, but that after that you should try the face first jumps. I just alternate. Haxor doing a pretty difficult P-speed strat here. He lost P-speed, but he kept it for the important bit, which was getting over that that big stretch that normally you have to create the bridge for. Bubba got out of this stage well faster than Haxor did. So he's going to gain a little bit on him right there. Let's see though if he gets the star strat and makes it through the stage like Haxor did. Haxor lost a power-up, which means he is going to have to collect a power-up somewhere else in order to keep his... Well, actually, he could just skip it. Oh, but he's dead. He's dead. Not having his power-up probably just screwed with his muscle memory, and he just made a mistake there. It's really easy to make that kind of mistake if you're used to playing the level a certain way and you're taken out of your element. But it's another place for Bubba to catch up. Although Bubba took a hit too in level 2. Just like Haxor did. They made almost the exact same mistake. Watch them get killed by the same duck. Nope. Bubba's going to make it through. But since you P-wing the fort here, being small was never really too bad for Haxor. He got pretty lucky with that particular bit. He's going to P-wing here, and he's going to P-wing the next level too. A lot of P-wings and clouds used in this world, which actually make it one of the shorter worlds in my... Or it feels shorter than a lot, because you're using so many things that make levels a non-issue. Haxor now, though, only about half a level ahead. They're going to finish these levels at about the same time. But Bubba's in slightly longer level. But a lot of this is going to change coming up here. Haxor's route is likely going to change here from Bubba's. I'm assuming that Bubba does fire strats just from what's commonplace. And I think Haxor does hammer strats. And hammer strats are really cool to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. I like hammer strats. Oof. Yep, gonna get the star. Getting that second star is fun. Some people don't need it, but yeah, he's not gonna go for that hammer. Ooh, he took the hit though. That's not what you want. We got some buffering on Haxor. I hope his stream is okay. He's been having a little bit of trouble with his tech today. He had to restart his computer once already. No clips available. Well, yeah, he can clip. Nice. But he's not getting the clip too quickly. This stage is much faster than the other stage that you would cloud if you get the clips in a very efficient manner. You can see when he jumps into the wall there and he doesn't get the wall like kick. That means he wasn't going to get it even if he did hit the pixel correctly. And he gets the second one pretty quickly. That's nice. In a race, that's not too bad. It's not exactly what you would want, but for a PB. But in a race, it's actually pretty nice. Yeah, Haxor seems to have had technical issues. Not great, you know, to lose that during a race. But what can he do? Like, you can't stop your race to fix your tech issues. It's the race. But he's back, and we can see that he's in the airship. He's losing a lot of time here, but he's probably going to be okay. Still, his clock is about 4 seconds ahead, so remember that. He's a little bit in the future compared to Bubba. But he's got his hammer suit, whereas Bubba lost his hammer suit. It looks like he clouded the fortress, which Haxor has not been clouding the fortress lately. He has been doing the fort with hammer strats, which is really cool to watch, and it's a gigantic shame we missed it if he did do it there. I have a feeling that he did the fort hammer strats, which is why they're kind of close now, because he's saving that cloud probably for World 8. That's also going to make a very strange change for his clock. It's going to make it look like he lost a ton of time because he did an entire level that he didn't in his PB. But he's going to skip 8 Fort, which is about a 45-second level. It's starting to look like hands might come into play. Oh, and you got a host. Isn't that nice? Proa must like Bubba. I like Proa. Proa is a nice guy. Hey, Danji, what's going on? This guy can be pretty annoying if he goes into certain spaces. Those thunder thighs shaking the room can be a little oppressive. Oof. Man, Bubba lost a lot of time in this world. I wonder if he used a cloud in this world in his PB. They did enter the boss room, though, and almost pretty close to each other. They're not too far apart. This is the warpless tournament for Mario 3 Danji. Nobody was going to do commentary on this in the actual event, so I decided to do it myself. Now, a huge part of Haxor's run here is going to rely... It's not rando. Is going to rely on whether or not he can keep this hammer suit or not. Because to get maximum efficiency out of the hammer suit, you have to keep it all the way to the Bowser fight. And use the hammers to insta-kill Bowser. Which is everyone's dream, and I have not seen it in a race yet. I've seen plenty of hammer kills on him in randomizers. I've seen plenty of hammer kills. Well, I've seen people use the Mushroom House Hammer Bro suit from World 6 and just keep that to the end of the run. But that's not the same. It's not the same. It's a tense moment, though. These auto-scrollers can be... It's a big change of pace from the rest of the run. You have all of these difficult stages that you do, and you're doing these difficult P-speed strats through them, and then you get to, like, 3 auto-scrollers in a row in World 8. Well, between the World 7 airship and World 8, you get 3 auto-scrollers in a row. Which is just not what you want. I find them to be kind of relaxing, but it's easy to lose focus when you do that. It's like, okay, I have it's just an auto-scroller, I can do this. And that's what gets some people. Haxor getting the star, he's doing good. He doesn't have to get this Fire Flower pickup, which is the worst part of any % no wrong warp. Getting that power-up block and not getting hit by any of the bullets is a pain. Interesting fact, the bombs blink whatever color Mario is. So if you're red Mario, the bombs will blink red before they explode. And because he's a Hammer Bro, they blink white. We'll see on Bubba's, if he makes any of the bombs explode, they will go orange. Just like the color of Fire Flower Mario. Yeah, the designers of this game, they were like, explosion color, we can't have a separate memory space for that. Just share it with Mario's color. The funniest one is Luigi, because they're green. Green explosions? That's not a thing. And he's going to make it in. He's going to get the Hammer Boom Boom kill, which is a time save from stomping. I'm not sure why he stomped. There's no reason to stomp if you have a hammer suit. You can just run up to the Hammer Bro. There's like a spot where it stutters you, and you can throw the Hammer Bros from there with no momentum. and you always hit him. Oh dear. We got a one-hand run for Haxor. That's great RNG. You have about... Let's see. That's in the best, like, 33% of what you can get there. Meanwhile, Bubba's getting grabbed by the very first hand, which is never what you want. You never want the first hand to grab you. It's just a... It's a bad time. It's a bad time, because you never know how many more could grab you. Oof, third one grabbing him too. That means he's got a two-hand run, whereas Haxor is on a one-hand run, which is PB number for him. Haxor keeping his suit so far. This is one of the levels that's the most nerve-wracking for keeping your Hammer Bro suit, because you can do these jumps and easily run straight into the rocky wrenches. But he made it through, and he's not going to lose his suit. It's the same thing, though, for Bubba right now. He doesn't want to lose fire the same way. Losing fire here would be almost just as bad, because 8-1 is heavily dependent on having fire for smooth movement. I don't actually know how to do 8-1 with a hammer suit. I don't think Haxor does either, which is why he's using a star to avoid having to do it the way that would normally be done. No P-speed for Haxor in the second half of the level. 8-1 can be a very treacherous level, and it's a lot more nerve-wracking when you don't have P-speed. Most people only train for the P-speed route. 8-2 is also pretty annoying. He's going to take the very safe strat here. Probably take the right pipe and just immediately get past the hill. Well, to the hill. Ooh, Bubba keeping the P-speed. See, that P-speed strat is just, it's very comforting when you know what to do. Haxor, that was pretty smooth. He took the safety pipe, which loses him a couple of seconds, but it prevents him from making any gigantic mistakes. Bubba not taking the safety pipe. He is going for broke here. He has to do everything he can. He's got to catch up to the Haxor. He does not have any choices. And it looks like Haxor actually used his cloud to skip the fort in, level 9 in World 7, one or the other. He was disconnected for a bit and I didn't catch it. He's going to get through this stage, though, unscathed, which is better than his PB. His PB, he lost his hammer suit here, and that loss of hammer suit cost him about 40 seconds of time loss. They're pretty close, though. Bubba creeping up here. It would only take one big mistake from Haxor to give Bubba a chance, because, like, for instance, losing that hammer suit, going into Bowser's castle, he would need fire or the hammer suit to get a fast Bowser kill. Having to do Bowser the old-fashioned way may actually be the same timing as they're split apart right now. We've got a very good race on our hands. They're in the same auto-scroller, and this isn't exactly a long auto-scroller, so it's pretty legitimate. We got fire versus hammers. A race that people have been wondering about for centuries. I think mathematically people have all agreed that the hammer suit is the faster way to do this, but most people also think that it has less forgiveness and doesn't save a whole lot of time. And Haxor has entered Bowser's castle. He's not going to be PBing today, but if he makes it through this castle without taking any damage, he's going to get a nice fire kill in a race, or a hammer kill in a race, which we haven't seen a lot of. And he will take this win from Bubba, which is a little bit of an upset. Bubba had the better time. But in races, anything can happen. This is why I love races. I like grinding PBs and trying to get a good PB myself, but races are so cool because people can win that you wouldn't expect. And he's done. That's it. Haxor has finished his race. He's about to clock in. We'll see what his official time ends up being. And Bubba is going to die. I guess he heard that Haxor finished. That's happened to me before in a race. I heard that the other person had finished, and I'm just like, gah! And I just killed myself. Haxor, though, finishing with a 55:30, which is great race time. His PB is only 1 minute and 40 seconds faster than that, so that's a really good race time. Congratulations to the Haxor for his victory in this tournament. I don't know if this is a single elimination yet, or if this is like round robin type play still, and they're like figuring out seeds or anything. I'd be interested to know, though. I gotta look into that. I've been out of the loop on this tournament a bit. Bubba losing his leaf suit is gonna have to just do the squat tactics against Bowser and just make use of the fact that his head is the only thing that has a hitbox in it, which is a fun strat. It's fun to do. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy doing it. It's just it is slower than fire or hammer. I always just take the hit immediately because I know that I don't have the patience to duck around. You can just like walk under him anywhere you want. And there it is. Bowser's dead on both screens. 2 Bowsers killed. 2 racers finished. 2 scoops. Oh my god. Bubba has killed himself, meaning that he is going to have a significantly longer time in this race. It's going to look like Haxor really creamed him, but really he could have finished a while ago. That's kind of awkward. Oh boy. You can't even do the clip here because he's tiny. I know that's just tilt at this point. Like, once something... You give up on a run long before you stop playing it sometimes, and I think that he's just given up on this as a run. But it's a race. You gotta finish. Like, you can't just finish like that. You gotta finish. It's the law. We're a society of laws. And one of them is you gotta finish your race. Oh my god, that was actually scary. Oh my god. He's gonna hit the fireballs. He could have just stayed under him. He's going for a very... This is more like what you would do when you were learning the game. But he's got him again. Hopefully he doesn't kill himself. No killing yourself this time, buddy. No. Stay there. Stay at the door. Go through. Please. He made it through the door. And with a time of 58:42:07, Bubba has finished the race in second place, just behind the Haxor. Great job to both racers. Go ahead and give them both a follow if you can. You've got the Haxor, and you've got ibuba7. It's been a great time commentating on this race, and I will talk to all of you later.